I'm 86 years old, and I truly believed I had more time. That was the mistake. I didn't even know it was a belief. I thought it was simply how life worked. You wake up, you do what needs to be done, and tomorrow is waiting, and the day after that, and the year after that. Time felt endless, like a river that would never run dry. I never stood on the bank and thought, one day this will stop. I'm sitting here now in the chair by the window. The light is soft at this hour, the kind of light that forgives things, that smooths edges, that makes even old hands look gentle. I can see the tree outside, the same tree my children used to climb. They're grown now. They have children of their own. And I'm here with the quiet, with an understanding that arrived far too late. It didn't come suddenly, no flash of insight, no dramatic revelation. It crept in slowly, like the tide, so gradual I didn't notice, until one day I looked down and realized the water was already at my knees. By then, the shore was too far away to swim back to. I was 32. I had a good job, a desk, a title, a future that felt solid in my hands. My wife, Helen, would ask, "Will you be home for dinner?" And I'd say, "I'll try." Trying became my answer for everything. I wasn't lying. I honestly meant it. But trying meant finishing the report. Trying meant staying late to impress the boss. Trying meant saying yes to one more meeting, one more project, one more thing that promised a better later. Helen would leave a plate in the oven for me. Sometimes I'd come home and she'd already be asleep. I'd eat alone in the quiet kitchen, the hum of the refrigerator filling the space where conversation should have been. I'd tell myself, tomorrow I'll be home earlier. Tomorrow we'll talk. Tomorrow became my safety net. I built my entire life on the assumption of tomorrow. When our son Michael was born, I swore I'd be different. Not like my own father, always working, always exhausted, always elsewhere. And for a little while, I was different. I held him, rocked him to sleep, felt that terrifying, overwhelming love that new parents feel. Then the bills arrived. The promotion opportunity followed. And a voice in my head said, provide, be responsible, make sure they never lack anything. So I went back to the desk, back to the late nights, back to, I'll try. I remember one evening. Michael must have been 4 or 5. He'd built a tower out of blocks, uneven and magnificent, almost as tall as his chin. He ran to the door when he heard my key. "Daddy, come see what I made." My briefcase was still in my hand. My mind was still tangled in a contract I hadn't resolved. "In a minute, buddy," I said. "Let Daddy put his things down." I walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of water, stared out the window without seeing anything. When I finally entered the living room, the tower was still standing, but Michael had moved on. He was on the floor, pushing a toy car. He didn't look up. That minute I asked for, it passed, and I didn't even notice it go. Years blur when you're not paying attention. Michael grew older. He stopped asking me to admire his towers. He asked for help with homework, then advice about friends, then permission to borrow the car. Each request felt like a small interruption to my real work. The work that paid the mortgage, that built the savings, that proved I was successful. I gave efficient answers, practical ones. Study harder, choose better friends, be home by 11. I thought I was teaching him about life. I didn't realize I was teaching him that his life came second. Helen and I didn't argue. We didn't shout. We faded. We became experts at coexisting. We spoke about schedules, groceries, errands, about who would take the car for service. We stopped talking about the books she loved, the strange dreams I had, the way the autumn light moved through the backyard trees. Those things felt unnecessary, indulgent, things you could enjoy once everything else was finished. Everything else was never finished. I remember one autumn evening. Helen sat on the porch with a blanket over her legs, watching the leaves fall. I was inside at the table, staring at a spreadsheet. I saw her through the window and thought, I should go sit with her. But the numbers needed checking. I'll go when I finish this page. I finished the page, then found an error, then corrected it. When I looked up again, it was dark. She had gone inside. The moment was gone. Another one added to the collection I never knew I was making. The turning point wasn't dramatic. It was a Tuesday. Helen had been tired for weeks. Nothing serious, she said. Then the doctor called my office. The receptionist's voice was too calm. I knew. Cancer. The kind that doesn't grant years to make amends. The kind that moves quickly and doesn't negotiate. We sat in that small, sterile room, holding hands. Her hand felt so small in mine, and all I could think was, I have so much to say and no time to say it. We had 6 months. 6 months of hospitals, of whispered conversations at 3 a.m, of watching her grow thinner, of learning the names of medicines I could barely pronounce. And in those 6 months, I finally showed up. I was there, fully, for the first time. And the cruelest realization was this. I had always been capable of this presence, this attention, this tenderness. I had just been saving it for later. Later arrived, dressed as grief. Near the end, she lay on the couch, sunlight warming her face. She looked at me for a long time before speaking. "You're finally here," she whispered. She wasn't talking about the room. She meant me, the version of me buried under ambition, duty, and delay. I cried quietly, the kind of tears that had waited decades. She wiped one away with her thumb. "It's okay," she said. "We're here now." She died 2 weeks later, and now left with her. After she was gone, the house became quiet. Not peaceful quiet, empty quiet. I walked from room to room, surrounded by the evidence of a life we built together. And it hit me. I had been building a future that never waited for me. The future isn't a destination, it's the moments. And most of mine, I was only halfway present for. So here I am, 86. The river has run dry. If you're listening to this, you still have time. Not for everything, but for what matters. The minutes. The minute your child asks you to look at something. The minute your partner sits quietly beside you. The minute your heart says, "Say this now." Those minutes are your life. You cannot save them. I thought I had more time. Don't make that mistake. Believe in this moment. Believe in this breath. Give now what you keep postponing. Time doesn't wait. I know that now. I just wish I had known it then. If this story hit you, don't scroll. Share this video. Let someone else hear it before it's too late. Comment below and tell me, what are you going to change? Not someday, today. Subscribe. I still have truths to tell you, and time is running out. The clock is ticking. Your time is being spent right now. So tell me, what are you doing with it?